we're up against.
We've seen Zane go with secondaries before, and it's not necessarily out of character to see them go off of the duck hunt. They played Snake. I've actually seen the Wario myself, but indeed we are going to go right to the duck hunt. And Joe, this Ness that wound up beating Delta Force, if I'm not mistaken, to qualify for top 16, is going to look to prove themselves against another big name in these Wi-Fi brackets.
Yeah, and Delta Force is a really good win. I think pretty much every time Delta Force has entered this, it's been either top 8, if not like top 3. So not really like a small win there. Delta Force is pretty good online. They got a really good link. And speaking of really good online and good things going on, dude, I feel like the mind game Zane plays are absolutely insane. And yo, shout outs to Kelvin for all the gifted subs. Oh my goodness, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be putting a lot of bros in the chat. Jeez.
Oh, Kelvin. I mean, Kelvin is the bro, for being completely honest. But
yeah,
it's gonna be the can meeting the fire, and the fire will win out. But yeah, it really does come down to how well you manage can, and Ness certainly has the tools with which to do it. But man, as Zane is showing, easier said than done.
Yeah, and this is the game we got to see Zane play a little bit earlier, where they're just so patient, and they kind of put you in positions where you get around the obstacles, just very similar to what we just saw there, getting around the cowboy and the can, only to end up, you know, in the clutches of Zane. And that's all calculated. Like, Zane is just so good at setting up all of the obstacles, and you make the move that puts yourself in trouble. You know, like Zane doesn't really even have to do that much. Just kind of waits and then capitalizes.
And that's the beauty of Zane's gameplay. He really does make you do it to yourself. That's you have to be patient in this game. It's a platform brawler for one, but also, yeah, you Zane certainly waited long enough for that first stock, didn't they? But they were it's a stock well earned.
That's how you do it, especially if you're playing a character like this that is a little bit obscure and has a lot of intricacies, quite honestly. Like, even just recovering right now, like, I was talking about that earlier, how unsafe it is, where you literally need the can to recover. So even just stuff like that, and yeah, that's untechable. Taking that big bounce off the stage.
Yeah, ooh. Yeah, for real. But that's honestly not a completely unmanageable situation for Joe, even though, yeah, the match started out pretty terribly, and Zane is kind of fortifying themselves to make themselves nigh upon unhittable. But yeah, Joe does have their ways in, and that's just one of them. Those runoffs are going to be so key. Zane going to have to emphasize their positioning even more. And
you know, what I do like from Joe right now is I feel like Joe is sort of kind of aggressively forcing like his way into Zane's neutral to some degree. The problem is for every success he gets in that is like a couple like unsuccessfuls where he gets caught in all the traps. So I think the aggression's good. It just I think a little bit more calculation, and I see no problems with using all of the PK fires in this particular case.
I mean, you do what you have to in order to survive. Zane is a defensive mastermind, and they're not going to relent. You've seen how good they are, especially with those follow-ups. The down throw into the up air going to take that second stock off of Joe, and last stock situation here on Battlefield. This is usually a pretty decent for Ness's, at least as far as I've seen.
He lost his hat.
Sorry?
No, the cowboy lost his hat. His head was...
Oh, I didn't...
He probably put some shine on that, man. I know you didn't see it, but like it was like glistening.
That's
He's just bald.
Man. Oh, was he actually?
Yeah, it's totally bald.
I've never actually paid attention.
I don't
to
know
that,
why I'm paying so much attention. I think it's because I don't see a lot of Duck Hunt at all. So like I've just been watching all of the just animations, and they're really something. they're unique.
Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like I took a whole sabbatical from Smash, more or less.
I think that's good and healthy. Like, to be honest, I took one myself a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough. But, man, I am shaking the rust off right along with you then, Chris. So we're going to have Zane Yeah, utilizing that Nair. Anytime Joe gets in, not able to do anything. That Nair coming out so quickly. And yeah, it's not like Ness is without their quick aerial options, but I mean, just finding themselves in, not really knowing what to do because it happens so rarely, it seems like Zane has been bunkering down and doing so to tremendous effect.
All right, so Stu, I'm gonna ask you. You're pretty. I think you're pretty perceptive at this stuff. There's a call to name these Cowboys because I don't think they have names, and I don't know. I don't really know a lot of Western names. I don't know if that's like a thing that you could think of. But oh my God!
Ooh.
Speaking of, not speaking of, I got no follow up on that. That was actually just a really good play.
Well, that's can and that hurts.
Yeah, that is a can. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, I got that name for you. That's not an issue, but I think we're gonna take a look at that one more time.
Just
on
dash
the
attacked
replay.
it. Yeah, I think this
Yeah,
was
more or less.
I think this was the down throw into up air, which was also pretty nice looking.
Yeah,
at 175.
Yeah, that was stock number 2. Really had to get up there for that one, but yeah, this is where the can wound up killing him. So that's a pretty convincing win for Zane, and it took a while for them to get it. And as for the names of the characters, I'm not really sure. I've been calling the sombrero guy Gaucho. That's all.
Gaucho.
I can really say.
That's good. Like I think that's actually a good name.
I don't know. It's I think that is actually like cowboy or cattle herder in Spanish. I can't really think of the literal translation, but regardless,
yeah,
I've forgotten most of my Spanish.
I'm just trying to think
honest.
of the names from like Three Amigos, and I was just gonna use that, but I cannot for the life of me right now. Unless I use the actor names, if I do that. Was it Chevy Chase was in that movie?
Chevy. Okay, wait. The Three Amigos and Three Musketeers are 2 different things, right?
Yes, Three Amigos is like more of like a comedy meme sort of thing, and Three Musketeers is like it's Three Musketeers. Like,
yeah, it's like a classic tale.
Not the chocolate candy.
Yeah, look. That's where it got its name from. We know. Yeah,
that's the nougat. The Nougatiers. Is there even nougat in? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Wait, isn't Three Musketeers just nougat, or am I thinking of?
It might be.
bar?
It's filled with something, but the question is that nougat?
I'm almost positive.
I think it is. I don't know. Whatever. You guys can fact check on your own.
If someone can enter a tournament with the name Duke Nougat.
Yo, Duke Nougat's actually kind of godlike.
Dude, my only talent is coming up with tags.
That's actually kind of godlike. What the heck? All right, so.
You're welcome, world. Anyway, Pokemon Stadium.
Duke Nougat could be the cowboy that wears the poncho. The duck hunt cowboy for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can.
That's fine. That's fine. So we got Gaucho and Duke Nougat. Oh, and that other guy that just I don't know what he is. He's just there.
That's just Billy Bob, man.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's Billy Bob. All right. Well, while we were doing that, Joe does.
You were wondering what the niche for DNA is. It's not this. It's not. Oh my god.
Yo, again with that dash attack can. That is apparently very calculated for Zane because he's landed it twice, like 2 out of 2 times.
I mean, Zane knows exactly how to work this can. He knows exactly the angles with which to take, knows exactly how many little ticks of the B button you need. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, now I'm seeing it.
There we go.
And that's just a regular old banker with a gun. Like, that's not even a... That's the banker from Boston that you pick on Oregon Trail. Like, that's what he looks like.
It actually
I'm
is.
pulling them all out today, man.
Perfect.
You already know.
Oh my god, dude. Oregon Trail. I just don't want to die of dysentery, that's all.
Oh my god.
Don't make me forge the river like that. It's really dangerous.
Fording the river. Yeah, it is. That is kind of cool, though. Like, you could just turn a wagon into a into a rack. Like you can't do that with a regular car. That is cool.
You just tell your kids just to strap in. You kiss your wife and say, "I hope to see you on the other side," and then sometimes you sink. That animation of the wagon just sinking is just so depressing.
Yeah, tipping over, and it's like
it just
you lost 2 cows, 3 grandfather clocks, and also Steve. Like
different times, just different times, you know.
True.
All right, so yeah, it looks like Zane's even things up at the very least, and I got to tell you, with the way Zane plays, being this patient, being that far behind, and getting done in by their own can, brutal. Yeah. I was gonna say I actually think that the advantage might be with Zane if he could remain patient, but we're starting to see Joe really mount the damage and kind of just not relenting at all.
Well, that's a big if now, isn't it? It's you're always tempted to try to rush in whenever you feel an area of opportunity presents itself, but Zane has been so good at resetting and making sure that they stay patient themselves, because it's Joe that has to approach, not the other way around. Zane has been fully aware of that and trying to chase him up into the blast zone with that can ever present, and Joe has not really found a consistent way with which to combat that, because Zane has been keeping that can in the air just outside of PK fire level.
Dude, Zane is a maniac. The control on the can is really something. I don't watch a whole lot of Duck Hunt play, but just seeing that looks like it looks like tasking. Like on my brain hurts watching the physics of it, because look, you see that, and then the can goes the other way, and Zane's literally just chasing Joe with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is Zane in it for the long haul, and it's not like I'm not used to seeing matches go 7 minutes with Duck Hunt. I am from Philly, but
yeah, Sparky plays Duck Hunt now. Oh,
sure does.
There we go.
Yeah, this is last stock for both individuals now, and Joe been doing a pretty decent job, all things considered, but Zane really trying to bring it back. And I have to admit, Zane, you could have thought that Zane had the lead the whole time with the way that they were playing, but just kind of trusting the process and realizing, like, hey, I don't really need to rush anything, because if I rush, the whole reason to be behind playing my character is kind of moot.
Yeah, and plus the full Zane does have a full game ahead here, so there's room to work with. Obviously, being able to close this out now and head in the winter finals, like kind of unscathed, would be incredible. But I mean, Joe is plenty patient themselves. So the thing is I feel like the longer this goes out, the more it kind of favors Zane. So I think if Joe has that in mind, that's kind of important. It's pretty scary rushing in on Zane for obvious reasons, but
I think Zane might be getting a little antsy too. You're seeing them hit the B button quite a bit, making sure that they have proper control over it, but they really just want to get a new can out there as soon as it's feasible. Kind of mixing it up right now, having it sit at ledge, but Zane just a little too late on that hit of can. Couldn't get the 2-frame.
Yeah, and this is now suddenly in Zane's favor after being down most of the game, and that can just relentless. There it is, getting the hit, putting Joe way out there, and that was going to be game.
There it is. Yeah, I mean,
expertly
Joe,
played.
No, incredibly well played. Almost going to time, and could have just let it run out, but that's just not the kind of game that Zane plays. It is slow, it is methodical, but it is absolutely fascinating to watch, and that's going to be Zane taking it by a score of 2-0, and it was not without an effort from Joe, who put up one heck of a fight.
Yeah, that was it was a lot of really good adjustments on both ends. I think that it really was kind of a war of attrition there, and Zane just sort of was ready for it. Even in chat saying don't time them out. Don't time them out.
Yeah.
Probably has seen that quite a bit.
Oh yeah, because it's like you don't want to interact with Duck Hunt, especially with the way that they're trying to interact with you, which is through a can, a frisbee, and a cowboy. Like that's it. That's the only way that they're ever going to come at you. And now you have to be like, with Duck Hunt that's hiding behind 7 proxies, you have to come at them, and it's just, I don't know.
I love the commentary in the chat.
Yeah, I'm throwing out all
it.
the old memes, man.
I love
What can
it.
I say?